Hello there.
The truck's a ghost now, rusted and cold. The headlights blink like they're tired and old. Branches claw at your heavy coat. A heart beats rhythm in your tightening throat. Ash and ember, the spell you cast. The banshee's wail cuts through the past. Her fingers brush the night's deep spine. You can't outrun her, but you can buy time. Light the smudge and watch it burn. When the banshee hunts, there's no return. Hold your breath, hold your ground, or she'll steal your soul without a sound. Don't forget the flame. When the banshee comes, she'll whisper your name. Smoke and shadow, fire and fear. Pray she leaves you, and you're still Welcome to the realm where shadows snicker, where punchlines bite and chills grow thicker. A dad joke lingers like a ghostly groan. In this haunted house, you're never alone. Laugh at the fear, grin at the gloom, dance with the spirits in this room. Grubbing dad's here, so come take my hand. Together we smile, together we joke. Be a grubbin', my friend. Oh, my friend. Cobwebs tell tales of puns long gone. Puns long gone. A demon chuckles, the banshee screams her song. Evil retreats when the jokes come fast. Laughter's the spell that'll always last. Can you hear the giggles in the
Shadow Storm, welcome in. Good morning, Crusader. Hello. Long time no see. It feels like it's been weeks, days, years since I last stomped on a zombie with you, my friend. Queen Kaif. Queen Kaif. Queen! How you doing? Shadow Storm, I am doing good. I'm feeling a lot better. I will give everybody the breakdown in a minute. Wolfie, welcome in. Yeah, I was getting stuff ready, so I missed the Tangier Dungeon too. I still need to set up the automation for my side. Never having to hit that join button again. Crusader, seriously, that's it? Just 80 streams? 80 stream streak? You've been running for 80 streams? Honestly, really? Nah, honestly, thank you, my friend. Thank you. That is impressive. An 80 stream streak. I've only got a couple streamers that I've managed to keep my streak like that going for that long. Foxfan is one of them. The Doc is the other. Jinx is another one. Oh, I missed the transition! Hello. How are you doing? You may notice the background has changed a bit. They don't count the ones you had before. Yeah, that's fair, Crusader. That is fair. We have a Pokemon in chat, everybody.
Hello there.
Our first Pokemon of the day. It is a Trapinch, the Ant Pit Pokemon. You're going to want to use a Geoball or a Nest Ball. Mocha! Hello! So, yes, I did some tidying up behind me, as you can see. It now actually looks, clean and presentable, as opposed to having half my hobby stuff covering the entire back half of the thing. You still see a bit of the printer right there. Poke the printer. Print. No. Oh, and Gengar's crown has fallen off. Give me a second, let me fix that. Gengar, you need to be wearing your crown. I know you don't like it, but you gotta wear your crown, my friend. And then we're gonna turn those on. And there. There we go. There we are. See, now Gengar's crown's fixed. There, I'll slide out of the way so you can see what's going on back there. So, over there, you can see my Demon of Corn poster. Finally got that back up on my wall. I'm happy about that. We moved the whiteboard over, where I'm going to start writing down names of people on the whiteboard. So we'll figure that out in a bit. But I'm going to put Zubs and Bits up there just so you guys get the continuous credit you guys deserve. Artwork by my kids up there as is important. My son drew the Grubbin. My daughter drew her picture of Teddy. And then we got my son doing the Darlick in the back corner. It's kind of hard to see with the angle and the glare, but there's a Darlick there going eggs, 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 eggs. It's from the Souffle Girl episode of Doctor Who. One of the early Claire episodes. He was a big fan of that. It looks like floating the crown. It kind of does. But you know what? I think that's appropriate, Mocha, because Gengar's a ghost, and I think the crown would do that. Barely hear when you look away. Okay. No, it's actually the mic. My mic is right here. It's my mic is right there in front of me. All right. Yeah, so if I look away, you guys can't hear me because I have to talk directly towards my mic, or, well, in the direction of my mic for you guys to hear me. I don't have the mic attached to my headphones because that is right here. I'm not a big fan of the boom mic for these headphones, but run, you clever boy, and remember exactly, Shadowstorm. Exactly. There we go. Eggs, 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 egg. Yeah, exterminate. Yes. See? This just in from Chopper 13 News 5. Today, we just had the Pickle One check in. Hello there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the mic on that there. It doesn't sound right. And honestly, like the mic that I use to, on stream. Here, let me lift it up here. Is this little thing here. It is a $30 mic. Oh, look at it. It's so green and glowy and blue. And now I got to put it back down into the tangle of cables under my desk. Or at my desk. Oh, look, the boom mic fell. It actually does change color. I forgot about that. Now it's blue and red. I was going to watch a rocket launch, but it's been postponed. Wait, who's launching a rocket? Who's launching the rocket? Because I would love to have that up as well. Looks like a fancy for... It's actually not that fancy. It's I have two of them. It's not due to the weather. Okay. Um, you have to send me a message, Pickle, so I know I can look into when they're going to launch it next because I like watching rockets. Perfect. Thank you, Pickles. You're amazing. I actually have two of them. It used to live on a boom arm that I used to be able to move around, and my current desk, when I bought it, I fell in love with the desk, but I forgot one important thing, which is I need to attach a boom arm to it, and all the lips that you like. So to clamp a boom arm on, you need a surface like this, and then you clamp it, go like that, like this. So you typically there are usually C clamps that clamp onto it like this here. Well, all the available clamp space on this desk is like this, and when you clamp your normal clamp arm to like this, right? It means that the pivot point is now vertical, and because the pivot point that connects to the clamp doesn't have locking mechanisms, it goes whoop. It always falls off to the side. So I'm going to jerry rig a clamp for a clamp. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two pieces of wood that I can, clamp this way onto it, and then have the clamping mechanism. So it's basically going to be an L with a clamp on it, right? Just super simple clamp, 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 clamp. Uh, I have cubbies next to my desk. I just clamped it there and scorched over myself over a bit. Scooched. I like the idea of scorching yourself over a little bit. Yes, I'm going to talk on my mic here. Just give me a second here. Woo! Blue Angel rocket movement. Yeah. Squirrels are definitely wild today, by the way. So yeah, I'm going to make a clamp that is going to turn a vertical clamp point into a horizontal clamp point, and that'll let me put my boom arm back on there. And I have a second boom arm that I'm going to figure out a way of attaching my camera to. Now, sadly, I don't have a way of doing like camera reception where I could show you the weird locking mechanism that this little camera has, but it's one of the ones that are designed to sit on the monitor. So it's got that like foldy back bit that presses against the back of the monitor but is weighted so that it counterbalances itself. And I'm looking at that and going, okay, so I need to make a locking mechanism that would connect to a boom arm and then have another like clamp or locking mechanism that would let me lock the mic in or the webcam into it, but have a hole through the back so that I could put the cable down through it. And then I could have the camera up wherever I wanted it, which means I could have it up here and you guys can see the bald spot on top of my head, where my head. We can't see it now because the headset's there. Yes, my headset has been causing my hair to thin in one area, which is one reason why I've been constantly looking at nice little like over ears or in ear ones to play around with. But sadly, hair on my head is something that is not meant to stay and has been slowly jumping ship for the last 2 decades. Oh, oh. Hey, Militia Cat just came downstairs. Hi. How are you? I'm okay. What you doing?
What are you doing?
Talking to peoples.
You're talking to people.
I'm talking to Grubbins. They're amazing little Grubbins.
They are amazing.
They are.
You're not telling them that we made your hair fall out, right?
No, I didn't say that at all. I did not even once imply that Militia Cat and my kids are the primary reason that my hair is falling out and going silver. Never once did I imply that.
Going silver, I'll take. Your hair was falling out before we met.
It's true. It's true. Yes, Crusader, it's migrating south to my beard. She'll be on in a minute. She just woke up from her morning nap there. All right. So, yeah, I've been gone for a little bit. I had a weird scare. So 2 weeks ago, I booked an appointment with my family doctor. The medication I'm on for my ADHD, one thing that I have to do is I monitor my blood pressure, just to kind of keep an eye on it, because a side effect of it is it can lead to high blood pressure, swelling in the feet and lower legs, um, blood vessel constriction in the fingers, things like that. Things you don't really want. So I booked an appointment with my family doctor. I went to visit him, and he took a look at the swelling in my feet, listened to my heart, listened to my lungs, and said, "Well, I could book you in for these tests here, but I'm worried. So I'm just going to send you down the street to the hospital, and do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to the hospital. Give them the triage, this paperwork here, and let's figure out what's going on here." Good morning, Fox. So I was at the hospital. They had me hooked up to the heart monitoring and blood pressure for 6 hours. They had an IV in my arm just in case. Oh, by the way, did I ever mention that when I get a needle, whether it's blood work, IV, or vaccination or anything like that, my blood pressure tanks. And when I say tanks, I mean I go ghost white, cold sweat, barely registering blood pressure. Also, I'm a large guy. I'm like 220 pounds. And if I'm standing at the time, gravity takes effect. So, yeah. Then they're like, "Okay, we're going to book you in for an echo stress test." I have beard, mustache hair attacking my tongue in the most uncomfortable way ever. There we go. Booked me for an echo stress test, which I had last Wednesday. And I was a bit nervous about it, but at the same time, I wasn't. So I went there and I did the echo stress test. I went 9 minutes. Okay, seriously. Mustache hair. Yes, you're the star. Get it out of my mouth. I went 9 minutes on the treadmill at I think it started off at 2.4 miles per hour, and they exclamated it. Yeah, I have to go shave. I have to trim, not shave, trim, because if I shave my beard off, Fox fan, first off, the community here would revolt, and Militia Cat would force me to wear a paper bag until it grew back, because I would look like my son with no hair. Yeah. Very, very baby faced. So I would just be
Hello there.
a guy on stream wearing a paper bag, talking through a paper bag, which would be like. But yeah, so the echo stress test, I passed. They did the contrast, they did the before and the after. Let me tell you, the hardest thing about the echo stress test was they have a set target heart rate, which is 176 BPM. That is their 100% target rate. They want you to get to 85% of that, but they want to go, if you can, they want you to go past it, because as soon as you stop, your heart rate starts to go down, and they want to be able to use the ultrasound to look at your heart while it's going boom, 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 right? Lady of Elephants, Game Hauntings, hello! I'm doing good. I'm just regaling everyone with my trials and tribulations of treadmills and heart ultrasounds. So I went to, I reached 90%, but I had gone 9 minutes on the treadmill. Normally, they say, normally when people do this is like 4 or 5 minutes. I went 9 minutes and I could have kept going. And then they're like, "Yeah, so we're just going to have you hop off now, jump onto the under the gurney, lay on your side, and we're going to do the quick test there." Well, first off, I'm trying to breathe, right? My heart is going, crazy fast. My breathing is, my lungs are in horrible shape. I mean, I got to do some cardio to work on my lungs. But they're like, okay, the hardest part of this entire test, by the way, people, is not walking the treadmill, is not the contrast solution that you get through the IV. It is when you're laying on the gurney and they say, hold your breath just as you have exhaled after doing a high intensity cardio workout for 9 minutes and you have no air in your lungs and you're trying desperately to hold your breath, and the entire time you're holding your breath and you're going, oh God, oh God, they're gonna explode. And then like breathe in and hold. And all you want to do is exhale at that point because like you just want to like catch your breath, but like no, you can't catch your breath. Breathe in and hold it. All right, now exhale and hold the exhale. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out, exhale, hold it. And you're just like, I can't. But all in all, the echo stress test, if anybody ever has to have one, don't fear them. They're actually fairly straightforward and easy. My technicians that was there and the cardiologist with me are fantastic. Were fantastic. The cardiologist, first off, they said, hey, we're going to need to give you an IV so we can inject contrast because the images were getting a little murky. We want to be able to see how the valves in your heart are working and check for any blockages of the arteries around the heart. I said, well, that's fine. I have no problem with that. However, my blood pressure is going to tank. And I don't know how that's going to affect your test results. It took the cardiologist and the technicians and myself about 15 minutes of talking, going, okay, so I mean, what do you mean by tank? I mean, I go ghost white. My blood pressure is incredibly low. I may pass out on you. Cold sweats. Fun things like that. Okay, well, we need to do this. Oh. What do you call an apology written in dots and lines? A remorse code. Aw, I love that. Thank you for the bits, Lady of Elephants. And yes, welcome in. Hello. I love that. Happy Morse Code Day, everybody. Morse code is phenomenal. I love that. I love it. I used to play around with it as a kid. I actually used to know it all. And then lack of use, I've forgotten most of it. So they did the IV. My blood pressure tanked. We waited a bit. My blood pressure kind of came back up. The cardiologist comes in and goes, yeah, your blood pressure really does drop when you have a needle. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't joking. Okay. You know what? Screw it. I'll be right back. This is going to bother me all stream. I will be right back. This hair is getting trimmed. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I claimed victory over the mouse, over the one hair. It was a single hair. It was curling down, and every time I would open my mouth and curl down and poke into my mouth and poke my tongue as I was talking. You're the opposite, high blood pressure. Well, my blood pressure is high, and that's why I'm trying to work with my doctor to find out what's going on. Is I'm getting swelling in my feet and ankles, and my blood pressure is high. But when I have an injection, a needle of any kind, my blood pressure absolutely tanks. Absolutely tanks. And yeah, so after the hospital trip, the initial hospital trip there, they had me on a beta blocker that was reducing my heart rate, and it was making me really sleepy and groggy. That's why, well, Paco, I've had a beard forever, and just normally I keep the upper lip trimmed. Now, usually they're like, don't keep it don't keep it super trim because it looks really weird to have in your mouth like this. But I'm like, at the same time, you know, when my hair curls, and if I don't trim that upper lip a little bit, it curls and it gets right into my mouth, and I just can't handle that. But the rest of the facial hair, no, not a problem with. It's also really fun to play with because I do take good care of it, so it is actually fairly soft. Except in the winter when it gets a little dry because, well, the air is super dry up here. Epinephrine. Oh, I think that also I think that might help with your kidneys there, Shadow. Yeah, it's a good way of lowering your blood pressure instead of med. Just poke with the needle. I think Fox and I'd get used to that. Oh, Paco. We're entering Canada's second season right now. Our first season is winter, where we have 6 feet of snow and minus 20 degree Celsius temperatures. We are rapidly approaching our summers, which is where we have, well, we don't have snow, but we have like plus 30 to 40 degree Celsius temperatures and no rain for weeks. So, and then when it does rain, it just adds to the humidity in the air. Yes, our first season is Antarctica. Our second season is the desert. Yep. Yeah. All right. So today we're gonna play a we're gonna step slightly aside from playing. Oh, I need to do this. I have to go there. We're going to step out of the normal puzzle games. We will be going back to playing the Room 3 tomorrow. But I was reached out to by the developers of the Paragnosia series, and they have just released Paragnosia 2, the museum. And they said, "Hey, we think you and your community would enjoy playing this game. Do you want to check it out?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was going to do it last week, but last week life happened. Princess, hello. How you doing? How have you been? Paco, I am glad I'm back too. I am glad I am back too. Don't come to Argentina in December. Well, Foxman, your December is our June. Your December's our June. Like you're in the southern hemisphere, so your winter is our summer. Our summers are your winters down there. But yes, okay. So we were asked to play Paragnosia. They gave us a key for it, and we're gonna play Paragnosia, the museum. Now I have been told that there's a special Easter egg hint in it involving the Necronomicon. This is an anomaly game. It is a series of anomaly games where it is a little differently. We are on a rail-mounted camera. So I'm going to need your help in keeping track of anomalies because we all know how bad I am at remembering stuff without screenshots or taking pictures. You've seen me play The Room where I've literally had to take a screenshot of a picture from going from one side of a box to the other side of the box. 40 to 44 during the summer. Yeah, it's crazy, Paco. Yeah, that's some weeks in our summer. That's us with after the Humidex. We typically have a very high humidity during the summer here, and during the winter, the air is so dry that you generate static just by existing. All right, see if I've set everything up right, and hopefully the sound alerts are working because OBS was having issues this morning. I couldn't hear anything. I heard Necronomicon, which means left right. Yes. Yes. I hope it's good too. There's a display in the museum for the
Rob, you
Necronomicon.
are
And we have
doing
to solve the puzzle.
a great job.
Oh, we got a hunt. Exclamation hide, everybody. And I'm going to jump over to the game. Okay. I just gotta do something real quick. Alright, move that over there. Let's lock you guys up into chat space. Have a lot of humidity in town. We live is crazy. Okay, so you guys can see things. How is the sound in the game? Controls. We might have to muck around with the controls in a bit. Good on your end? Okay. Perfect. Alright. Well then, let's hit play. Mic is good. You're good to go? I'm good to go!
Just as the Revelation exhibition recently reopened to the public was breaking attendance records, a new tragedy struck the Duskheath Museum. Only 6 months after the bizarre events that led to the tragic and violent death of its curator, we have learned that several visitors were killed today within the museum's walls. Numerous witnesses report that the tourist group was attacked by items from the exhibition, which seemed to be driven by a hostile energy. Despite the fact that the museum had already undergone a powerful exorcism, which seemed to have been successful, even if it had led to the unexplained
It's lagging.
disappearance
Okay.
of Jim Ballard, the expert dispatched to the site. All eyes
Well, let's get through this
turning to the next
video,
the famous
and then we'll
grimoire
figure out what the lag
containing
is.
the occult secrets of the universe, the centerpiece of the exhibition.
Why are